project to be doing an updated review for Kamisato Ayaka. I have her at C0, and many of you who follow me already know, of course, I've had her since the beginning when she was first released, and now that she's currently on the current banner, she's doing her rerun, and I wanted to take this opportunity to do an updated review for her. Not much has changed really, but as you may know, if you've been playing the Spiral Abyss cycles recently for 2.6, you'll know that freezing is very important. And so, she's become an invaluable character for the Spiral Abyss. Even before this current 2.6 Spiral Abyss cycle, she was already always in one of my late, floor 12 setups for my team rotations. So it's just more so useful for having her now. She is, in my opinion, pretty much close to a must pull. I want to be cautionary and say, I already said in my previous videos that for her banner and all that, her rerun, that she is definitely not like an optional character in the sense that if you want a DPS that's CRYO, of course, then she's definitely a must pull. But in the sense that, of course, all characters are technically optional. So I want to kind of put that little layer there. But realistically, yes, she's definitely a better character, in my opinion, than Ayato, her brother. But they're both good characters, just so we're clear. But yeah, I do have a special place in my heart for her, and I wanted to do this updated review. So join me if you're interested. So yes, and I am back after being off for about a week and a bit. So I will be continuing to update more regular videos, so stay tuned. So let's just quickly get to it, her build. Okay, so in the title of this video, she is a F2P and player-friendly character to have, and that is very true. You don't need to invest too much into her. She will do fine with variety of weapons and artifact setups, and she's definitely fine at C0. But let's get into it. So this is my current setup for her. Now you'll notice that her crit rate is low because she has a Blizzard Strayer, and so we'll talk about that. And then the crit damage, we want to bring that as high as possible, and energy recharge, she does need energy. If you can get her cryo damage up, that's preferred as well. Excuse me, catching my breath here. 1 second, I'm going to quickly take a sip of water. All right. Okay. So then for the weapons, of course, I have her Mist Splitter from the very first time she was debuting, but I want to make it clear. This is obviously good because it's her best signature weapon, of course. I'm not going to go into the details here, but the point is it's a crit damage weapon, right? As a substat. You will do fine if you were to use other 5-star options, such as, let's go into it. She would be fine with a Primordial Jade Cutter as well. This, in any case, actually is a very universal sword, and although it's crit rate, and she would also benefit from the crit rate as well. It's not crit damage, but it would still be beneficial for her. So this is a really good weapon if you have this. She probably won't be an elemental mastery person, so we can skip this one. Skyward Blade is a very good universal sword because of an energy recharge, but it will definitely reduce her DPS damage. Aquila Pavonia, she's not much of a physical damage character. She's more of a cryo infusion, so I wouldn't bother with this. But if you were earlier game, or if you're definitely free to play low spender, or just getting these weapons from the standard banner or losing 50-50, these are okay options. They're not horrible. You would skip the Cinnabar for her, and Amanoma is actually a really good weapon. There are many videos out there with people using R5 Amanoma or even like R3, and they're doing really high damage with her. Of course, it's also based on the artifacts, and this is a really good weapon, and also matches her aesthetically too. Festering Desire, for those of you who have been around since 1.2, this is again a very good weapon for her elemental skill damage. Although her elemental skill in this case isn't as it's not as useful, but it's still very useful. Just want to make that clear. It's just not as useful as her burst and her normal attacks, because for a DPS setup, you want her normal attacks and her burst as priority. We'll talk about that. The Black Sword is also a very good option, but this does require you to buy the Battle Pass, and this is also a crit rate weapon, but this is also a very good weapon for her as well. I think when I first started with her, I think I had this on her temporarily as well. Similarly, the Black Cliff Longsword, which comes and goes every other Paimon shot reset, so it'll be back for the May 2022 reset. Right now it's the Royal series. The next one will be the Black Cliff. This is also a very good weapon for her. Just know that the passive in the bottom will not be sustainable and will not be practical. However, this is a good stat stick and will give her the crit damage if you need that, if you can get her crit rate satisfied elsewhere in the artifact. Prototype Rancor, similar to Aquila, it's a physical damage weapon. It's not the best for her, but it's okay. Sacrificial Sword is okay. Again, not the best. Same with the Flute is not like the best for her. This is like a very early game situation if you have this, but this is something that you can definitely replace as soon as possible. And Favonius is a universal weapon, but definitely not like her best, and it will decrease her damage output. Her run is actually not a bad sword for her too. Um, but I know that not many people went for this, and I went for it, but I don't regret it because I wanted the aesthetic for my Ayato. As you can see, I have not leveled this up yet because I haven't explored the chasm yet as of the publishing of this video. Because apparently some of the pieces that it needs are from the chasm, which I thought was silly because this is the Inazuma sword. So anyway, whatever, I'll deal with it. And then this is not for her, the Lion's Roar, and then this is also not for her, Iron Sting. Yeah, so that's pretty much all the sword options, aside from the Summit Shaper, which also is a universal sword, and that's okay too. I don't have that sword, as you can see, but that's an okay sword, but not many people do. That's more of Albedo's sword, but Albedo's sword is better now with the Cinnabar. So, like that's an okay sword too. So, and all in all, she has lots of good options in terms of she can definitely be, of course, Mist-Splitter, Haran, Jade Cutter are her best options, and then other ones are Skyward Blade, Aquila is okay, Festering, Amanoma is really good for her, and then Festering Desire is okay, Black Sword, Black Cliff, those are good for her, and then Favonius rounding out the okay ones, okay? All right, artifacts. So her best in slot setup is actually the Blizzard Strayer 4-piece set. Now, the only issue with the 4-piece set is that you do need to, of course, apply cryo on the enemy in order for her to get an extra 20% for her crit rate, which is good. So I have her at 31, I think. So plus 20 there would be 50. And then if I can get the enemy frozen, then it will be another 20 on top. So that's not bad, right? Now, I played back and forth. Previously, I had her with a 2-piece Shimenawa set so that she would get the 18% bonus for attack, and that's okay too. Or Gladiator, or even the newer sets like the Echoes and the Vermilion set. Those are okay too, right? And Gladiator, of course. So those are fine too if you do 2-piece Blizzard and 2-piece of any of those attack plus 18% sets I just said. Those are totally fine. Just know that she has energy issues, meaning that she needs energy, as with any of the newer characters and the Inazuma characters in general. So, yeah, anyway, I switched back to her a Blizzard Strayer set recently, and this was after I already completed the Spiral Abyss, as you may have seen. But I wanted to go back to this because then I realized that if I can just make sure that her crit rate, because I redid some of her artifacts, as long as I make sure that her crit rate can make her go over 50% bare minimum, then she can at least get at least the 50% proc rate. So that's what it was. Anyway, so I focused on crit damage for this one. This is a cryo damage, and this is an attack, right? I did play around and move some of her pieces around since the last time I used her. Again, I was using Shimenawa 2-piece before, but I swapped things around, and yeah, it worked out better. And then in some of her Shimenawa pieces, I actually gave them to her brother. Not pictured here, right? But anyway, I gave them, I don't know where he is. Oh, there he is. I gave some of them to him instead. So it actually worked out better for him. Because I'm using Shimenawa on him. This is not the best set for him. Obviously, he has the Echo set is the best set for him, technically. And also he can do well with other sets. But anyway, this is not about him. But anyway, I gave the pieces back to her instead. So I just swapped out so that I can go to this menu faster instead of going through all the characters. Okay, so she's at C0, and she's totally capable at C0. C1 will quickly go over it. This is a cooldown thing, and it's 50% proc rate only. So this is not a must-have, but it definitely increases her damage output if you can cool down and get her E skill back up. This one is actually very, well, I would say very useful with an asterisk, okay? Because it's only 20% extra for the two little smaller ones, but it does increase her range. However, it's only 20% of her actual damage, so it's actually not that good, but it does increase her damage, yes. Because you can catch like the little enemies on the side, right? Or if they step out of the bounds a little bit. Because the one issue with her burst is that it goes in one direction, of course, the big burst, the big blizzard. And if they step out of the way, then obviously then you're missing out on damage. damage, right? So the little ones can get a little bit of extra damage, but this is not a must-have. This is plus 3 levels for C3 and C4. It will have the defense decrease, so it's a defense shred. This is very useful, but not many people are going to go to this, of course. C5 is plus 3 levels, and C6, this one is definitely going to increase her charge attack damage, right? And by almost 300%, which is huge, right? And yeah, this is okay because her charge attack is part of her rotation, but it's not a must-have. So she's very free-to-play friendly and early game player friendly and overall player friendly because you don't need any of her constellations. She's one of the first characters that was built in the beta for this game way back in 2018, 2019, before the game launched. And so, you know, her constellations, of course, went through some modifications overall, but since her from beta to release, but they didn't make it so that you had to have her constellation. So that's good. Okay, talent-wise, I double crowned her since the last time I started using her. So I've crowned her normal attack because I do use it a lot. And I crowned her after the recent Spiral Abyss. So this will help me set her up better for future Spiral Abyss cycles. I've decided to invest more of my resources into my Spiral Abyss team characters because that will just help me push through that better because it was frustrating if you saw me play those. The skill, I only left it at not at level 9, so it's not crowned yet because this does have limited usage, but it is useful. It's not horrible, but it's not like I must crown this right now. And then of course her burst is the majority of her damage, so this one I crowned it. And yeah. One thing that I don't like is that they always put this dash here in between. I don't know why. They should put the dash like lower. Anyway, so yeah, this one I crowned. So yeah. Alrighty, so let's just get to it. And on this team, I set it up with Chongyun, which I recently redid some pieces for, and I have Shenhe here. So let's just get to it, and let's just you know, get this video wrapped up. Yeah, hopefully you guys are lucky and you guys got Shenhe and you guys are enjoying using her as well. Sorry, not Shenhe, I mean Ayaka. What did I just say? Ayaka. And for this boss specifically, if you can collect I'm just doing the basics here, but if you can collect the, I think there's like a few hidden achievements for this boss. I'm not going to do that right now, but it has something to do with like not letting the, or like I don't know if it's like healing or something, or not collecting it and heal. I don't know, something like that. I didn't look into it, but there is that extra achievement. Sorry, I'm just getting sidetracked because I'm just trying to talk while I'm thinking too fast. I'm just focusing on only using her. Like, she can totally just kill this boss. Oh, there we go. I got that achievement just now. That's the one I was talking about. The achievement is where you collect 3 of the healing things from those little, like, things. And then there's another one where you, there's another one where you don't kill those things. So you don't burst those bubbles, and then you get another one if you don't kill them. But I don't remember if I killed it or not earlier. I don't remember if I killed the first one. Oops. I'm not paying attention right now. Clearly, I'm just only using her, as you can see. I could have used the other characters, but I didn't bother. So yeah, let's just use her and finish this off. Oops. Okay, so there's another achievement where you don't... I don't remember what you're supposed to do here. Where you don't kill these or something? I don't remember. It's okay, let's just finish it off. I'm just gonna kill them. Oh, it got some of it. Okay. There was another achievement where you have to do 3 rounds of that, where you don't kill those bubbles. Sorry. This isn't like the best situation, because I was trying to do the achievements as well, but I was also trying to like... yeah, not do the achievements. If that makes sense? Yeah, so maybe I should be more focused. Let's just focus on her. Anyway, she does really well here, as you can see. Oops, I was trying to grab that. Where's the water drop? Oh, that one? Okay, anyway. So, that wasn't the best setup, I want to be honest, but I want to say this was a review of her. She's awesome. Obviously, I got hit a few times. Obviously, I wasn't paying attention. I was talking, and I was trying to do the achievements. Anyway, so there. This is just an extra little thing in case you're interested. If you were to do that, you just have to obtain at least 3 of the healing things from those orbs. Yeah. So anyway, that was something unintended. There was another one where you don't burst the last 3 bubbles. You only burst them, like, I don't know, like, I don't know what it was. But anyway, look it up. I will leave it here. This is off the cuff. I'm going to keep it unedited. Anyway, in summary, I really enjoy using Ayaka. She is pretty much a must pull in my opinion. However, if you have to make the decision from before, like, or moving forward, like, I don't know if it works for you, but I think she's a really great character for Cryo, and she's definitely a DPS character. I'm going to leave it there, and we'll keep it short. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much, and I will be sure to post more videos. Thanks.